Going down to see my dad, my infamous dad. You guys are gonna get a kick out of it. Driving in my little Alfa Romeo Milano. Oh God, this is a black hole. So anyway, Randy's all excited to see my dad, Mr. Utah, Mr. Rocky Mountain, one of the 4 founders of bodybuilding. My dad has led a real wild life. You guys are going to hear some stories. You're going to laugh your ass off. So stay tuned.
Eu sou louco. Eu não tô louco. Eu não tô louco. Eu sou
Guys,
louco.
I'm here at my mom and dad's place. So anyway, let's go up and see my mom and dad. And, pretty interesting place, huh, Randy?
Yeah. This is John Fitzen's dad.
Yeah, and you'll see the stuff my mom and dad have, that real fancy stuff, so.
Sure.
Come on in. Hey, Dad.
Hey, yeah.
That's my dad.
Hey there, Mr. Fitzen.
I'm the old man.
How you doing, sir? Here,
Let me just get things fixed and we'll be right back. I'm going to take my coat off. You're going to meet my parents. It's my beautiful mother.
She's only 81 years old, though.
Yeah, no shit. I'll tell you guys a little story. My mom, back when Elizabeth Taylor was beautiful, you know, and then we would go out to eat, and people came up to my mom all the time to get her autograph because she looked just like Elizabeth Taylor. And people were just down there going, and I'm just down there eating, watching these people ask her for her autograph. It was funny. My mom has the same color eyes as Elizabeth Taylor, you know that. And then this is my dad. He was a Mr. Rocky Mountain, Mr. Utah. He held the majority of the lifting records here in Utah, didn't you?
Well, not want to be too ugly, I think, you know. It was a time for me of fun because I was in the gymnasium business. And in the business, I met a lot of fascinating people. People like Bill Pearl would come in. And well, he was Mr. America. And
Bill Pearl was phenomenal. He was a huge guy.
I think the most fascinating person that I had come in the gym was a guy named Malcolm Brenner. The guy was an animal, just incredible. He weighed about 220, maybe heavier than that. But we worked out together for the better part of a year, and we'd almost tie in lifting. And the day he was leaving town, we were doing the bench press, and we had been kind of tying on the bench press. And I didn't realize he was toying with me. Yeah. And we were going, you know, I bench pressed 375, and he missed for 370. And he says, let me try 380. Let me try 380. I said, I couldn't get off your chest. Oh, let me try. I said, okay. So I handed him 380. And I gave him, actually it was 400, and it crashed down his chest. I said, hey, you guys, give me a hand. Give me a hand. He said, no. He said, just let me feel it for a minute. And so we went to grab the weight. I got 2 guys to give me a hand. He says, no.
And this was 400. It wasn't 380.
This was 400. He said, just let me feel it for a minute. And then he ran me about 10 reps. God, he'd been screwing me around for a year.
But the guy could also tell him how agile he was.
Oh, God, he was like an animal. He could do a standing press with, standing press now, 200 pounds, 100 reps, 100 repetitions.
That's unreal.
And I realized this guy I was an animal. And he was an animal. I was a jerk because...
I'm sure you were an animal, too.
Yeah, no, not me. Because he took the 400 pounds, And he did that. One of the most interesting guys to come along was Jack LaLanne. Now, Jack LaLanne would do he had a TV program, and Jack LaLanne would do an exercise program. And Jack, he would show endurance things. I mean, like swimming, and like he'd swim from Alcatraz to the mainland, towing a boat, and then pretty soon it was with the two boats, and then 3 boats, and a whole bunch of boats. I said,
with people in it.
Yeah.
The boat would have people in it. From Alcatraz.
From
to the
Alcatraz.
mainland.
Alcatraz,
Pulling
the
them.
mainland. And I said,
He did something wild.
Sharks in there too, aren't there?
Yeah. He did something wild. Every birthday he did something wild. So Dad asked him one day, he says, what's the wildest thing you've ever done?
he says, well, he says,
Pat.
paddled a surfboard from Catalina Island to the mainland. And I says, that doesn't sound very impressive. He says, wait a minute, Fitzen, that's 31 miles. And he said, I was 100 yards from shore after going 30-some-odd hours of the best stroke. He said, my chest was bleeding. I was 100 yards from shore. He said, after going over 30 miles, he said, I had 100 yards to go, and I seriously considered giving up. He said, I would never do it again. I went ahead and finished, but I'd never do it again. And I thought, yeah, I guess that is...
Tell him about the animals you had in your gym, Dad.
Oh, I had an African lion in there.
What?
And the African lion almost ate me, guys, and Mom was the one that
Oh, yeah.
actually saved my ass.
Oh, yeah.
How old was I when?
Oh, we called him Brutus. You know, et tu Brute, yeah. I got him in California, yeah. Bought him an animal zoo down in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And
How much did you pay for him? Can you remember?
as I recall, I paid $300 for the lion.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it was a lion cub, and it was the biggest mistake I ever made. The damn thing, I had a 59 Cadillac, and no, it was 59, yeah. And I got home, and my wife about died. She says, what in the hell are you going to do with a lion? I said, well, he's advertised the gym.
In our house.
And so our son John, well here, tried to eat the damn thing.
He tried to eat me.
He tried to eat you.
Yeah, Mom walked in. What was it? She walked in and
Oh, she got all
Brutus was
upset.
over me. We're gonna just go down. And what did you threw something at him or what?
I thought I threw you at him.
But tell him the story about. You guys will get a kick out of this. Tell him the story about the lion shitting in your car and these guys that took people all the time.
Oh God! Hey.
The lion messed in the car. Dad did everything to try to clean that mess up, and it stunk no matter what. He used
Oh,
perfume,
God.
he did everything, and it just
Evening
stunk so
Paris
bad.
cologne I dumped on the damn thing in the
And
seats.
it just nothing would take it out. So these bozos see Dad, and Dad's acting. He's acting like he's this country hick, and saying, "Boy, I sure like the color of that car over there." And they looking at Dad's car. Dad's car's worth more money, And they said, God, let's take a look at the car. And they wanted to look inside. Dad rolled down the windows. It was like 90 degrees, wasn't it?
It
pretty
was hot as hell.
Yeah, so if you open that door, it would just,
Yeah,
So
a car
these
full
guys,
car full of shit.
yeah,
really.
so these
So,
guys, what they did, they would go back, they started laughing so hard because they're screwing my dad. And Dad's still talking in a country accent. It's sort of like, boy, I sure like that color of that car over there.
I said,
And,
boy, I sure do like that color.
Yeah.
I like that car, kid. I said, I sure do like that
Yeah,
color.
and say, we can get you, and then they'd go back again and start laughing at each other. So anyway, they made the deal. They gave Dad the car, they wrote everything up, and Dad said, oh, here's the keys to the car, and threw it at him. And
And
Dad went down the road, went to the gym, and then all of a sudden, they gave him a call. What the hell is that ungodly smell in that car? And Dad didn't do the accent at that time, and he goes, "It's where my lion shit in it."
I said, that's my pet African lion shit all over the car.
And they even took the seats out. They did everything. It still stunk.
There's nothing they could do.
Yeah, it was horrible. But these guys thought they were taking advantage of my dad.
Well, the car was worth twice as much as the Tempest, and they knew they were screwing me. And
so it backfired on them. But anyway, that's one of the stories. We're going to talk about growing up with Johnny Fitzen and Dave, and we'll tell you a story that you guys are just going to freak. Okay? We're going to do viewer email. And he's going to ask me more questions.
More questions.
Okay, what is it?
All right, let's see. First off, talking about the neck knife.
Okay.
He says, it looks cool to have one, but I wouldn't trust it on my neck. People can take it when you're not aware. You'd have a bigger knife or gun for backup. But
that's true. Yeah, that's true. I mean, they can, you know. One of the things neat about the neck knife, too, I'll show you something you guys get a kick out of. You can take this, put it through your belt loop, okay? So you take this through your belt loop like this, okay? And I'm trying to do this kind of fast. And you go like this, and you put it in your pocket. When you have it in your pocket and you bring it out, it hits that. Isn't that cool? So you can put it in your pocket too.
That's pretty handy.
Yeah, so you don't have to use it as a neck knife either. Right. You can go either way. In fact, I did a bunch of knives like that for some, CIA guys that came in here when the president, not Obama, not dickhead Obama.
He never comes.
Yeah, it was Bush, and they always stop into my shop, tell me I have to close up while he's coming off the off ramp. So it's kind of funny. Anyway, so that's that. So next one.
All right. Next one. I think it's about. He says, Fitzen, have you ever thought of doing a video game knife segment and perhaps rate whether it's a plausible choice or not?
You know what? I did talk to a guy. I kind of scared the shit out of him. They're here in Utah, and they do things at the University of Utah. They do games, and it kind of scared him a little bit when I was talking to him about real-world scenario stuff that Contractor X did. And he's pretty intense, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the real deal. Now, Randy, is he the real deal, or is he the real?
He's the real deal.
Yeah. So anyway,
that's a question, but
yeah. So we talked to that, and then we're doing a thing with Colt. Remember, so it's going to be the little cartoon, and me and Rocket's going to be in, and it's supposed to. Hopefully, we're going to be into that after January. So you'll start seeing the adventures of Colt with me and Rocket in it, probably the little cartoon. Okay, guys, keep your edges sharp, powder dry. Keep the things coming in.